so many teachings. There is a sutra over 30 volumes. For example, this is the one of that volumes, or this is like 1,000 Buddha sutras that Buddha gave the teachings. In the teaching said here, for example, if I read this from here, in the teaching said, Buddha that time, how this teaching begins. In the teaching said that Buddha that year, Buddha was residing in the Sharasta, in the Jetavada groves. He did rainy season retreat, 3-month rainy season retreat. The retreat is finished. So that means now it came to the autumn. Summer he stayed, and now it came to autumn. In that autumn time, Buddha told to all the audience, all those who are there, he is going to Vaishali. If anybody like to come or like to join with me, they can come. If they like to stay, they should stay. So Buddha announced that. And when Buddha announced that, then Buddha kept what Buddha has. What has position of the Buddha? Buddha has position. Buddha has robes. Buddha has begging bowls. That's the positions. There's nothing else. So here he said, in the teaching sutra said, Buddha kept those robes, and he wear the robes, he hold the begging bowls, then he is on the move. He is on the move. He is the move with so many monks and ordains and many great bodhisattvas. They all came. So many came. They all went from Sharvasta to Vaishali, and quite few of you went in that pilgrimage. And it's quite far. But Buddha, that was his route. Actually, in the teaching said that Buddha went to Sharvasta. The Vaishali is one of the very special places. The Buddha stopped many times. Stayed many times. So I think he went from Sharvasta to Vaishali, and even in the car, it takes, like, if you drive from Sharvasta continually, I think it takes definitely 12 hours by car. So it's a long way, I think, in a way. But anyway, Buddha walked. Buddha usually when he go, usually Buddha is bare feet. Bare feet, he walks with them. In that. So when he arrived in the Vaishali, and then he stayed there. Stayed again with all the Sangha members. They are staying and meditating. Meditating and practicing. Everyone is so calm and so peaceful and so relaxed, so soothing. Everything is. And the beautiful states. Everyone is just calm and peaceful. Audience and Buddha and everyone. At that time, among all the audience, there is one bodhisattva known as Chodagavajjamo in Tibet. Tibet, the supreme supremely delighted bodhisattvas. He was there. And among the group, without any shy, without any hesitation, with deep respect and appreciation, he raised. He said, the great blessed one, what are all the different stages of the practice, the meditation, what are the samadhis and so forth? He asked one after another those questions. And Buddha answered one after another. And then he asked what are all how to reach to the Buddhahood. What are the instrumentals to become a Buddha, to benefit to all the beings. Buddha mentioned all the Paramata practices, one after another, is Paramata practice. That Paramata practice, as many of you know, that's mainly is 6 Paramatas. 6 Paramatas, generosity Paramata, or the transcendental, generosity transcendental practices, morality transcendental practices, passion transcendental practices, and as well as then the joyful effort, transcendental practices, and concentration, transcendental practices, and wisdom, transcendental practices. In addition, the skillful means transcendental practices, and the power of this powerful transcendental practice, or courage and commitment transcendental practices, inspiration transcendental practices, true brilliant wisdom transcendental practices. In addition to those, when you apply those transcendental practices with the bodhicitta, that means practice transcendental those practices completely mingled with the true love, true compassion. True love and compassion activities that are reflected through these 6 parameters, without attachment, without clinging, without any grasping, then it becomes the transcendental. Then it becomes transcendental. It becomes so clear, so brilliant. There is no stains of the egos, no stains the attachment that pulls back, that become unclean. Pristine. We don't have the ego clinging. We're not attached with the grasping. All this becomes the transcendental, then clear transcendental practice. When you practice continually applying that individually in the teaching say, individually is the brilliant. As the sun is shining in the sky, that individually is the beacon of the samsara, beacon of the darknesses, that individually. That individually is truly as guidance, ushers of the beings, all the beings. That individually is a true friend of every living being. When you continue to pursue that individually is totally peace. Individual, that is, not just that this is the beacon of the whole beings, that individual, in world that individual is kind of experience something totally different. No, totally joy, total peace, total happiness. Happiness. It's just so beautiful. As is beautiful outside, it's beautiful in. As is beautiful in, is beautiful outside. It's so brilliant. We continue to maintain and continue to carry it that way. Then what the result? Result is known as the Buddhahood and enlightenment. And there is this, what Buddha Shakyamuni said, all those. Then this great master or this great bodhisattva, Chodogavajapa, the delighted bodhisattva, supremely delighted bodhisattva or supremely delighted one, said, and how many Buddhas came? There is. And Buddha said, there are so many Buddhas came in ancient times. This is not just a Buddha, is a suddenly appearing, because whoever ignited their inner nature, inner their beautiful thing qualities, Buddhas are coming, because Buddha is not just coming, somebody is producing. Buddha is individualist. Whoever walked with these 6 paramatas, or transcended the 6 paramatas, or the 10 paramatas, they truly road to the enlightenment. They truly bring the total happiness to everyone. So there so many great Buddhas came in the past. Then Buddha mentioned a few of those things. And then said, how many Buddhas are going to come in the future? Then Buddha said, then Buddha Shakyamuni said, there is then 1,000 Buddhas will come in the future. Among that, then 4 Buddhas came already. And this great master said, then or this great bodhisattva said, could you tell me first the names of those great Buddhas who are going to come, or great bodhisattvas who are waiting to become the beacon of the world, who are coming one after another? Could you give me at least the names of these? And then Buddha gave one after those, after the names of the 1,000 Buddhas, one after another in this text. This here, all those 1,000 Buddhas teaching. And after this, the Buddhas listed all the names, then this great bodhisattva asked again, since you already great Buddha, you already mentioned that, and how wonderful. You said this is that it will help benefit to the gods, the mains, and all the beings. It will make happiness, it will make peace to everyone. And if so, they will hear these names of these great bodhisattvas going to come or going to become the Buddhas. How wonderful, how excellent it is. It is. Now, could you tell me, all these Buddhas are going to come, this great bodhisattva, where they will be born? What is their client's name? What the college they have? What is their parents' name? What is their lifespans? How long their teaching will remain? Could you tell me that? And then Buddha said, yes, I will tell you. Great bodhisattva, I will. You listen carefully. As you listen carefully, hold that teaching. In always the Buddha teaching said, in Tibet, lapar nyuna yila songde nge keto in Tibet this is. Lapar nyu means listen carefully. Lapar nyu. Yila song means keep that in the mind. Mind, then I will tell you. This is the teaching said always. What that means actually? That means listen carefully. That means listen with the beautiful moderation, beautiful thought. You're not listening with any emotions, not such as anger, arrogance, doubt and hesitations, skeptical thoughts, intellectual thought. Then you're not listening perfectly, carefully, listening, because the emotion is mixed. Or sometimes listening how that person is going to speak, kind of like almost judgemental listening. If you do that, or if we do this, whoever do that, the teaching is not absorbed teaching. What that happened? That teaching comes from this. They always say, Khenchen Palden Sherab Rinpoche. That teaching comes from this, and it goes from here. It goes from here. It's just the transition. It's in the highway, I-95. Maybe it's not really even stopped the tool booths. It's just going through. Then maybe we will get what's called ticket too. Not that time, but later maybe. So that is known as not listening perfect. When you do this, then what is teaching then? Is not holding in the mind. It's going away. Even you hold short time, then teaching is going. That used the example of what? In the Buddha teaching. Teaching, I mean, that's just briefly teaching. It's like a ball that has hold. If you pull things inside, even though it went inside, it leaked. It went out immediately. That happened, you're not holding, keeping. Therefore here, Buddha said, Khenpo, noble son, listen perfectly and hold that in the mind. I will teach, I will tell you. Then as he said, then Buddha gave all those, as he asked, one after another, so this is. After he finished this, after that Buddha finished that, then he asked, again, this Bodhisattva asked, how they developed. I mean, Buddha, you mentioned that when they become all this Buddhahood, enlightenment, this is the only tools to become them by the Bodhisattva. How they develop the Bodhisattvas, these great Bodhisattvas. How they develop the Bodhisattva. And with who? What they did, how they did become the Bodhisattvas or Bodhisattva, how they developed the Bodhisattva. And the Buddha then mentioned again at the end. Is that Buddha said how they become the how they talk the Bodhisattvas. And which Buddhas, one after another, Buddha mentioned that. One after another. So that is what this 1000 Buddhas Sutra. This is the Buddha's teaching directly. In the Tibetan version, there is over 100, and now we got this book. I got this book that and published by by the very renowned Nyingma teacher who lives in the West Coast now, and Taking Truka, many of you heard, he published so many beautiful books, really beautiful books, and so many beautiful Dharma activities that spread out all over the world, and a lot of beautiful legacy, vision of the really teaching that he did. So he published these books, and he collected entire Buddha teachings, that what is translated into Tibet, that even some Buddha teachings not unable to do the wood block. They didn't do the wood block somehow. They didn't do kind of scripted that, but he put all together. Is over, I think, 150 volumes that I got this. So this is very blessed, and so this the text that is, and is according his numbers. This is the 56th, the Buddha teaching, 56th. But it's the beginning of the sutra teachings. He put all the different one of the group teachings. So this is the 56th begins. That is the really about the